Today, you're going to learn how to be more open in the workplace through self disclosure. Now, the focus here in the video is about professional settings, but self disclosure can help deepen any relationship. And I'm here with my good friend and co author, Dr. Julian Miravel. Julian and I wrote a book together called Positive Communication for Leaders. It's the foundation of this video series. We're in video number 5 of 7 videos. Self-disclosure is one of the key 6 communication behaviors in our book, and it's a really important tool that should be in every leader's toolbox. And we'll put a link to the book in the description below, as well as a link to the mini email class that you can sign up for. In our experience, self-disclosure is the behavior in the positive communication model with which most people are least comfortable.
In the model of positive communication, we propose that when leaders choose to disclose, they naturally deepen the relationships that they have with other people. We know today that 52% of CEOs feel lonely in their roles. We know from reports across the world now that people feel generally lonely in the workplace. Approximately 1 in 4 adults does so. And leadership positions in general within organizations often do not foster the kind of work environments where friendship and social intimacy are possible. And the only way out of that loneliness is to learn to use the power of positive communication to connect more deeply with people. And disclosure is the secret sauce for that goal. It's an important leadership behavior because disclosure deepens your relationships and your connections with other people.
So first, let's talk about what disclosure is and is not. At a basic level, disclosure is about revealing aspects about yourself, information about yourself that people would not know unless you told them. Just the other day, for example, a colleague of mine shared some of her long-term professional goals with me that I would not have known unless she talked about them. In the same way, even in professional settings, disclosure can mean telling people about what you did over the weekend, talking about your family if you're comfortable with that, or sharing a bit about your hobbies and interests outside of work. Disclosure really is about an endless list of potential activities or information that you might share that show who you are, show how you think, how you feel, and let other people get to know you.
Ideally, for relationships to be deepened, disclosure needs to include certain key features. It must be authentic and genuine. It has to be truthful and honest. And it needs to be spontaneous rather than strategic or calculated. And more importantly, it has to be personal. When we disclose with these features, we get to know each other as whole human beings, find common ground, and learn to trust each other.
So here's what disclosure is not. In contrast to that list of positives, disclosure is not about airing all of your dirty laundry or getting too personal too fast or telling other people information that's really not suitable for the workplace. Additionally, we'd like to be clear here that disclosure is not a superficial tactic that you use to get something from somebody or to close a sale. You're not relating to people in that strategic way. We assume that you genuinely value people and have their best interest in mind when you're disclosing. And naturally, you must use your best judgment anytime you're disclosing and adapt any advice we're giving you to your situation and your personality. Second, let's talk about how you can begin disclosing in helpful ways at work.
The easiest way to get started is to learn to tell your story. Here are a couple ways. One is to share information about your own personal and professional journey. In most situations, the leader in the room has been through similar experiences in the past. And telling others about the ups and downs of our experiences and your experiences can be a great way to bond with other people. We know this may seem straightforward, but the question is, are you doing it yet? After this video, we hope you do because sharing your story has lots and lots of benefits for connection. For example, in healthcare settings, research has shown that doctors who reveal their own experiences to patients improve not only patient satisfaction, but their adherence to treatment and the likelihood that they would pursue legal action in a bad scenario. In the realm of education, we know that teachers who share their experiences with students, whether that's their academic hardships or even stories about their lives, not only impacts student satisfaction, but it literally improves students' learning. Sharing your story is at the heart of how to create more trust and better working relationships with people. And if sharing your story makes you a little bit anxious, remember that you are the decider. You can decide what to share and what not to share, and you can always use your best judgment.
Now, here's our pro tip on that topic. Disclose a little bit and see how it goes. Test this out. So you reveal a little bit of personal information and see how the other person responds. If it goes well, then you reveal a little bit more over time and at your own level of comfort. So here's another way to self-disclose. You can share some of your foibles, and I'll explain what that means in a moment. So this is going to take a little courage. We're not used to talking about our weaknesses, but consider disclosing some of your small shortcomings or small weaknesses. People can really relate to this. In our book, we draw on the writings of Alan Weiner. He's a fellow speaker, author, and consultant, and he makes a habit out of talking about his small weaknesses or foibles with his employees, but even really high-level executive clients that he works with in Fortune 500 companies.
A foible is a small weakness. When I talk about mine, people talk about theirs. Sometimes that helps us make a connection. I think I've surprised a lot of people by my willingness to share a weakness, and it's helped them open up to me. The more unsuitable my weakness to a point, the more I have invited such a connection. And most of the time, the person I've been talking with about my weakness will say, "Don't be so hard on yourself. I can get you one better." Drawing on this example, we know that talking about our small weaknesses can humanize you and is going to make you more approachable as a leader. It opens up the door for others to do the same because it liberates other people to hear you speak genuinely about yourself.
And third, expect other people to reciprocate. The most likely result of your self-disclosure is that other people will do the same. In the field of communication, we call this reciprocity. When you share information about yourself, the most likely result is people will start to disclose a similar type of information from their own lives. In our presentations, we talk about this as a magic wand. Disclosure is the closest thing we have to a magic wand in terms of a concept in communication. When you disclose, other people almost automatically reciprocate. And you've probably felt this dynamic in conversations with other people. And it creates a real bonding experience. You can feel the relationship develop. It's almost like giving each other small holiday exchange gifts. You can feel your relationship bond over those disclosures and those gifts. And in fact, one of the ways we do this in our live presentations is we talk about ourselves a lot to help us get to know the audience and vice versa. But one of the ways we do it is to show pictures of my two dogs. That's something for my personal life. It has nothing to do with work. And I put them up on the screen and I tell a quick story about them. And we now stop our presentations and give everybody there the opportunity to share pictures of their dogs as well. Because when I self-disclose like a magic wand, they want to reciprocate and share about their own pets. And they do that with the people around them. And it's so effective at getting people to bond and converse that we actually have to put a stop to it after a couple of minutes. The bottom line is this: disclosure deepens relationships and connections with others. And that's why we consider it one of the most important positive communication behaviors.
Your next steps are simple. In the next 24 hours, apply these tips. Use any opportunity you have to tell more of your personal or professional story whenever it fits the situation. If you're feeling courageous, share a foible, a small weakness, so that people can connect with the real you. And more importantly, if you hear someone disclose, remember that that's the magic of disclosure, that you can reciprocate and share your very own story.
This is video number 5 in this series of 7 videos on positive communication for leaders. We invite you to sign up for the free 9-day mini email class that echoes everything in here. And when these are all done, we're going to post them in links in the description below the video. And of course, you can always check out our book on Amazon. So we'll see you in the next video when we're going to talk about the importance of encouraging other people when they face difficult situations. We look forward to reading all your comments below. Until next time, thanks. God bless. We'll see you soon.